Hello and welcome to the video for lesson 25A. So we're moving from Pythagorean theorem to now we're identifying sides that are across, opposite, adjacent to angles. So we are going to be looking at this picture for these first three questions. So our first question is name the side of the triangle opposite to angle A. So our first step is to locate angle A, which is up here in the top left corner. So now what we're going to do is we're going to look across the triangle to the side that is opposite of angle A. So, opposite means across from. So if you're having difficulty remembering which side is going to be opposite, the side that is opposite is the one that's straight across the triangle. So the side of the triangle that is opposite angle A is BC. So the side of the triangle is BC. So now we come down to question 2. Name the side of the triangle opposite to angle B. So again, our first step is to locate the angle. So our angle is in the bottom right. So now we're going to go across the triangle to the side that's opposite angle B. And we see that that side is AC. Okay. So now we're going to go to angle C, which is in the bottom left. So again, first locate, I'm going to write that down. So locate the angle first. Okay. So first locate the angle and then go across the triangle. So the side of the triangle opposite C, so we see C in the bottom left corner. So we go across and we see that it's going to be side AB. So the side of the triangle across from angle C is side AB. Okay, so we're going to scroll down. Scrolling down to problem 4. So now what's happening is we have one angle that's marked. So, because when we're labeling things adjacent, opposite, and hypotenuse, we're ignoring the right angle. For right now, ignore the right angle. In this case, our angle that we're basing it off of is we're basing it off of angle F. You can tell that we're basing it off of angle F, one, because it's the marked acute angle, okay? Because there's only two options for acute angles. And it's the one that has the curved mark. So it's the one that's marked in this picture because a right angle is not an acute angle. So we're dealing with angle F. So now what we're going to do is we're going to label each side as adjacent, opposite, and hypotenuse. So let's start with opposite since we know how to find that one from up here. So the side that's opposite angle F, so we have angle F, we go across. So opposite equals DE, because that's the side that's across, that's opposite of the angle. So now, adjacent, okay, so adjacent means the side that's attached. So it's attached. Okay, so that's not the diagonal. Okay, so it's the side that's attached that isn't the diagonal. So we have angle F. So the side that's attached that isn't the diagonal would be DF. And the hypotenuse is the diagonal. Okay, so the hypotenuse is always going to be the diagonal. Okay, so it's always the diagonal. So the diagonal in this case is EF. So again, first you need to find the angle that you're basing it off of. The opposite is the side that's across from the marked angle. The adjacent is the side that's attached to the acute angle. And the hypotenuse is the diagonal of the triangle. Okay, so now we're just going to do more examples. So our first step is we're going to identify the angle. So our angle, we look at the two acute angles. We find the one that's marked. So the one that's marked in this case is angle R. So the angle we're dealing with is angle R. So now we need to find our opposites, our adjacent, and our hypotenuse. Yes, I will fix that spelling. There it is. Okay, so we're going to look at the side that's opposite angle R. So we go across the triangle to PQ. So reminder that when you're naming the sides, you're using the endpoints of the side. So that's why it's PQ, because those are the two letters that are marking our side. So now we go to adjacent. My apologies. So it's the side that's attached. So the side that's attached to angle R would be QR. Okay? And then our hypotenuse is the diagonal, which would be RP. If you want to do the hypotenuse before you do the adjacent, that's fine. As long as you have all three, that's fine. Okay? So now we come down to picture 6, or example 6. So again, we're doing the same thing. So we need to identify our angle. In this case, it's angle K. Angle K is the angle we're basing all of these off of. So now we need to find our opposites, adjacents, and hypotenuse. Okay, so let's start with our opposite. So we're going across the triangle to the side that's opposite the angle, which would be JL. The side that's adjacent is going to be KL. And then the hypotenuse is going to be the diagonal, which is JK. Another helpful hint about the adjacent. So the adjacent and the opposite are always going to be the two legs of the triangle. They are going to be attached to the right angle. Okay? So the hypotenuse is always across from the right angle, and the opposite and adjacent are always attached to the right angle. Okay? So we will be dealing more with this in this week's divergent assignment, and also we'll be going into more depth with this next week. So until then, adios.